Welcome to Physic, the free energy special interest group where science meets spirituality in the quest for truth and knowledge to free humanity and transform this planet into a paradise.
Hi everyone! Hi, this is Crystal. I'm the founder of Physic, and we have here the Physic team. We have my co-chair, Dr. Frezel, Pontus, Henrik, and the rest of you, regulars, brothers and sisters. Every meeting without fail. We've been ongoing for about 8 years now, and Press has been with me right from the start, from day one. And we are having so much fun doing this platform where science meets spirituality, where we invite all of you to hop in and learn together with us, because together we are going to make a difference on this planet. So we're learning from once a month, every first Wednesday of the month, we will have, we invite some of the most brilliant speakers, some of the best, to come here and share their knowledge and teach us, and even disclose intelligence reports and all that, so we know where we're standing and how we're going to traverse this minefield on this planet, and to progress with our divine mission. So without much ado, I'm going to share screen so I can show you the agenda for the day. So welcome everyone. Those of you who are new to Physic, welcome. A very warm welcome from me and the Physic team. We are going to have fun today because we are given the honor of being the chosen platform to do a sort of a disclosure of a soft launch. Okay, Physic, as you know, is a free energy special interest group. It is a platform where science meets spirit. And here you are in participation of the 124th meeting live with our wonderful, amazing speakers. It's the 1st of May, 2024. And our meetings usually start at 6:30 British Standard Time. Here is our website, https://truevisionofpeace.com/physic.html. Do go to our website and see how we are serving humanity, okay? And we serve you because we don't require you to pay any subscription or anything like that. We just do it from our hearts, and our whole team here has been digging deep into their own pockets. And me, I mean, for 8 long years, we've been putting all this together for you for free. But if you want to pay for it, we very much welcome that, because everything costs money. Everything's like double with the subscriptions of the facilitation of having the MailChimp. I've stopped the newsletters because MailChimp wants payment. So we need that to send out newsletters again. We stopped it for 6 months. So you're missing the beautiful, colorful newsletters I sent out every month. And here, this platform of ours is offered for free for everyone who wants to learn together with us. Okay? Right. So, hang on a minute. The agenda for the day, okay, is the, 24th Physic Meeting agenda. All right. So we just finished the first session because we had the first session speaker, Rick Jewers and Femka Shokia, two twin flame divine delegates on the planet to assist in this ascension. Rick is the divine guardian of the new replacement system for the world, which is gpms.world. Rick is still here with us because he's interested in what Ron has to say on the device that he has invented. And then we just finished the session with the Q&As, an amazing session. So folks, once the video has been published on, I suppose it's safe to publish on YouTube, you can access it if you missed the first session, because I see that there are 70-something of us here. In the first session, we had, I think, about 60 or so, so a dozen of you could have missed it. And then the second session speaker is Ron Heyer, of course, you know, the inventor extraordinaire, I call him that, because he had invented so many devices, so many technological breakthroughs for humanity that will free us, certainly, indeed. And I thought, hey Ron, you could be an ET. from a spacecraft somewhere, because you just download all these inventions. My God, I mean, how did you do it all by yourself? You know, a whole team of scientists, inventors to churn out so many inventions all in one go. But he made it. He did it. He made it at last to speak at Physics platform. Because being so busy and all that, he missed the last one, which was our 113th meeting. Yeah. So Ron is the owner of Heyer Horizons Global Incorporated. And Ron is here with with his partner, Divine Complement, like a twin flame, I guess. Garen. Yeah, so the two of them will be here with us, and Ron will be presenting. He's the owner of Heyer Horizons Global Incorporated. Ron is disclosing for the first time his latest invention. Excitement, folks, called the Inception Free Energy Off-Grid Power Station, a 20,000 watts AC output Magna-Drive system for outdoor camping, home backup, emergency, electric cars, RV, boating, off-grid users. And then we will have a Q&A, and you have an opportunity to ask questions live, and Ron will answer you. And this is your, wow, amazing, unique opportunity to see how this is going to work out and how you can own one. All right. It's all so exciting. So once we finish that, please pen down in your diary, because I will adjourn the 124th FESIG meeting to the 125th FESIG meeting, and that will happen on the 5th of June. And every month we have some of the most exciting meetings, because we have some of the most brilliant speakers speak, right? Which I personally make sure that they are going to blow your minds. So if you want to keep in touch with me, write to Crystal at truevisionofpeace.com, and do join us. Go to our website, truevisionofpeace.com/physic.html. There's a join us button. If you click on that, you will be in the database. And also subscribe to our video channels, our YouTube channel, our BitChute, our Odyssey, and they're all there. You can freeze frame here. Look at that. I'll go to the website and click, and subscribe. And Odyssey is just mirroring YouTube. But most of our best performing videos have been pushed to BitChute channel, and you know why. So if you want to join us, the members, they are most professional and wonderful with good golden hearts. Our members are. You can join our Telegram group. Just click on t.me/physic_group. Then you can have a live interaction. You can form study groups, and you can then discuss what you have learned from some of our most brilliant speakers. Okay. Thank you, folks, for bearing with me. And now I'm going into introducing our amazing inventor extraordinaire, Ron Heyer. Ron Heyer is the owner of Heyer Horizons Global Incorporated. Ron is releasing his latest invention called the Inception Free Energy Off-Grid Power Station, a 20,000 watts AC output Magna-Drive system for outdoor camping, home backup, emergency, electric cars, RV, boating, off-grid users. He is announcing it for the first time at Physics platform. And thank you for the honor of our platform being the the body that helps you do a soft launch, Ron. And we are so honored indeed, because we are a free energy platform anyway. So indeed, we are helping you do a soft launch here at Physic, calling all free energy enthusiasts to attend this meeting live. So, and you have listened to the call, and now we have 81 attendees here. Indeed, it's not to be missed. But I must say that Ron had not just invented just one invention. He's invented many. He did the 9-code frequency infusing system for health, healing, anti-aging, learning, memory, stress, regenerating, love, meditation, addictions, weight loss, longevity, and raising your vibration. So he wants you to take back control of your mind, body, and soul with his inventions. Isn't that very noble of him? Yeah, imagine a lifestyle, he says, where the inside out of your body begins to match in frequency of balancing one's mind, cells, organs, and even the DNA. Indeed, a delivery system designed for everyday living, health, and wellness by the simplicity of pure tone frequencies, transmitting well-being to every cell in your body. So there you go. I don't want to take too much of your time here because time is so precious and everyone's all ears to listen to you. And also, Rick Jewers is here as well because his GMPS.world mission is also relevant to freeing humanity, right? Free energy release is certainly freeing humanity. No doubt about that, because we are like slaves to the cover like that with our electricity bills and all that. So this is so warranted. Thank you so much, Ron, for doing the work. So would you take over the microphone, please, Ron? Thank you.
Sure. Thank you. And wow,
Oh,
it's an
would you show
honor.
us your face because you
Oh,
are the inventor extraordinaire and we want to see you. Put on your camera, please, Ron.
I'm trying.
Oh,
I
there
think I
you
got
go. Yay.
it. Thank you. The honor is mine of being here. You know, I'm just that everyday guy. And among all of this knowledge, wisdom, I feel like the Rolls Royces are out there and I'm the gas station guy just pumping you guys back up again. The inventions are truly not mine. They have been out there for a long, long time. I don't believe that there's any such thing as invention anywhere. It's just recycled information from that giant consciousness that's out there. I just happen to be lucky enough to have an antenna that it comes back through. Nothing special about me. So I just wanted to clear that up. The information is very quick, very short, and as it should be. It's a very simple technology we've been working on for so many years around the world. Everybody has tried to accomplish perpetual motion. And obviously, we have not seen perpetual motion yet. We come pretty close to it. But the problem that we have with generation is it takes more power in than it does that comes out. So you always have to put and feed a little bit more in. So, and this has been the problem for a long time. There's been tons of great, brilliant people out there, and some hit it and some didn't. And all we did was merge different thoughts and technologies together to put something that has no batteries to it, no gas. The biggest problems that we have with generators is they're putting out pollution. The batteries are so huge that you got, but then how do you recharge them? Do you do solar? Well, solar can take 10, 12 hours. And if you don't have sun out that day, if it's raining, if it's clouded, a lot longer. Wind turbines were always dependent on something else. We wanted something that you have full control of, something small enough that even if you're in a big city, you can use. Regular generators, you would have to run lines through. They're noisy. They put pollution out there. In the event of an emergency, when you can't get fuel, all you did was have a couple more days than everybody else and spend so much money for them. So we have been working for a while putting this together. We wanted something that could be used everywhere. The very first one of the Inception, it is a single phase. I know that there's a lot of intelligent people out there that know the difference between the three-phase units and the single phase. This is a single phase. And it's so simple that to put the initial power in, we use one of the oldest concepts, pull start, like a lawnmower. And it takes 7 pounds of pressure just to pull it. Very easy, anyone. We have 5-year-olds that can pull start. And when I say pull start, it means it starts to spinning, power starts generating. Now we run it through transformers, 4 different transformers through it. And then we backfeed some of that energy to itself to enhance the Magna-Drive. So it just is literally powering itself and putting out a great abundance of power. Another thing we didn't cover, this version is putting out 100 amps. We know a lot of households around the world are 200 amp service in the house. This is 100 amps, and it is 20,000 watts. Most houses, modest houses, use between 10 and 12,000. So we kicked it up a little bit to make it a little bit more powerful, but it is 100 amp service. It does have, the unique capability of not only having plugs that you can go directly in, plug directly in. So if you're camping, emergency sites, boating, RVing, wherever you go, you can have a power station with you that requires nothing except one plug. How to use it in a household. It's so simple. You can just go and turn the main breaker off. Everybody has a main breaker in their house. Turn the power off. It separates you from the grid. So if there's an emergency, a blackout, or you're just want to go off grid, that will separate you from the grid. It does come with a double male cable that plugs into the Inception and can plug into a wall outlet. By doing that, your circuits are all on a common bus, meaning your overhead lights now have power, as well as the other outlets. Saying that, I know a lot of you, especially the ones that are electronically inclined, is saying, wait a minute, if you got 100 amps going in, what if you're plugged into a 20 amp circuit breaker? Very true. So there are little things that you need to look at before going in. I know a lot of electricians that were talking about having a pigtail that comes out of their breaker box. But again, that's not the beauty and simplicity. That's when we get more complicated. I want simplicity for everyone. So senior citizens, and it doesn't matter what your background is, to pull this out, to use 7 pounds of pressure and hit an on switch, then to plug directly into the device or into the house. It's so simple, so fast, so easy to use. So there's not a lot to say about it. We can get very technical with smart switches and back feeds and things like that. Very true. Very true. But the beauty of this model is the simplicity of it. The release of it. Obviously, people have been trying to do technologies like this for a while, and I believe many have. And we don't hear or see from them anymore. They disappeared. So for these purposes, we are opening up a small research and development group so that we can invite people that are truly caring, truly want to see this technology. And we have not released it. We're working on the contracts right now for it. But the research and development group will be AGI. And that is Advanced Global Initiative Research and Development Group. What we're going to do is have members so that this is private. And I'm sure a lot of people understand why. You don't want to go public right away. So you stay with a small private group. When people join the group and become a member, they get access to the back. We are going to have some more, besides Inception, other more advanced technologies out there so that we can start sharing information. It's not my information. I'm just a messenger that somebody gave to me to share. And that's what we want to do. And that's what this new research and development site is going to be about. Inviting people around the world and saying, let's work together. I have this. We are welcoming everybody in moderation, of course, because we're getting a little overwhelmed with things right now. to come in to say, I want to work with the Inception, there will be a price on it. We are right around $2,500. People that have bought generators out there know that that is nothing, nothing. Because with this, the thing that can wear down or break are bearings. Bearings are in your car, bearings are in bicycles, bearings are in everything. How often do you wear out tires in a motorcycle or your cars? So we're looking at a 15 to 20 year run time before looking at breakdowns. But this is why we're putting a research and development team together. So once the donation to help, because it does get expensive, there's over 250,000 people now that are looking to jump on board with this, which is phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. But it would be extremely unimaginable to come up with that amount of money to put everything together to get them out. That's why we figured here's a safe, private, independent way of doing a soft test of the generation system. And the only thing that we would ask in return is once you have it and you use it, we look for a write-up back saying, I wish it was a three-phase. What about the 220 for Europe? These are not issues. It's we have to start somewhere. So we're starting with 110. So can we do 50 hertz? Yes. Can we do 60 hertz? Yes. Can we do 220, 230, 240 for covering Europe, India? Yes. But we had to start somewhere. Can we go three-phase? Yes. But this is the start. This is the beginning that changes so much. It truly does. And keep in mind, when there's zero maintenance to put into something, but you can command that much power out and at a decent amperage. I mean, 100 amps is pretty good. It's pretty decent. You know, will it power total houses? I would say it depends on the house. If you have fountains and pools, things that are pulling a lot of amps, keep in mind there's 100 amps. You might have to be a little bit mindful of what appliances are going on at the same time. That's the only thing. Just be mindful of that. 20,000 watts, I don't think you're going to have to worry about that at all. But moving forward with something so small, think about people in apartment buildings, townhouses, in cities where traditional generators don't work for them. You have to put diesel or gas in them. The noise, the vibration, the pollution. And how do you get it up to the fifth story of an apartment or a townhouse or anything? With this, it stays in the house. So you don't have to worry about somebody taking it. You don't have to worry about long cords, noise pollution, the smoke, the generation of it. It's very simple, very easy. I'm sure a lot of questions about it we've already covered because I know these are the same questions that come in all the time. So I just wanted to address right off the bat. It's pretty amazing how everything's becoming electric now. Even vehicles, we're talking about in America, I think in California, they're saying by what, 2030, I believe it is, no more combustion at all. Everything has to be electric or not. So we've been playing using Inception because it is small and lightweight for electric vehicles. You can pull out all of the batteries out of an electric vehicle. Change the motors because they're DC motors, direct current meaning battery driven, and switch them to AC motors. Look at all the weight that you save, all the expense of the batteries, and then you don't have to replace batteries 7 years down the road. Like we have a friend that had bought a Prius, and after 7 years, they wanted $7,000 to replace the batteries. That's not a realistic number for the average people. It's ridiculous. And it's, what do we do with the batteries after? Look at how we're storing things. Look how long it takes to break down. It's not realistic. And it's more pollution. It's more things that are having the hardest time, and we're making it worse. Well, it's time to reverse some of these things. Let's make it easy. Let's take control back. Right now, who can live without power? So few people. We rely on it for everything, absolutely everything. But one switch and we could be turned off. One disaster at a power plant, and we've experienced it on the East Coast, where one power station overheated and it starts slaving off of the next, and was blowing power plants all down the East Coast. I know we had that big one in 76, but then there was another one in the 80s, 85. And so now you got the East Coast going out. We are slaves to things like that. With something small, something simple, something inexpensive, we get a little bit power back as a people. We're not slave to power. We have it ourselves. And some people, because a lot of power companies, and you have to check, different states, different countries do run it differently, where you can sell power back if you have solar, things like that. Some people are getting two of them. One they're hooking back up to the grid just to feed the grid, so that one becomes a revenue generator for them, and the other one they use. And the event of an emergency, if one ever drops, they still have the other one as a full redundant system. So that is the basics that we have been trying to do. One last thing, since we were talking about the electric vehicles and taking the batteries out, very complicated for a lot of people. I totally get it. You have to really kind of be into a lot of electronics and wiring and things. What if we can take your vehicle right now? Doesn't matter what the vehicle is. I don't care if it's a semi, but replace the tires and rims with hub motors, with little Inception powering it. There are no batteries. And DC motors are getting very fast, very powerful, so you can get good torque. But not like AC. AC are the strongest motors out there because they command so much. Without the expensive batteries, the weight of batteries, just changing the tires and the rims, you can take your vehicle and upgrade it. It'll still run on your, still combustion. But now you can switch to full electric and never have to charge it. It's a little bit more complicated. You have to go underneath the hood, because if you try to do just the tires and feed the tires, where's your power steering, power brakes? What about your heating, your air conditioning, your lights? So there is a small motor that goes on a pulley system that does have to be installed under the hood to get the bells turning, so you do have power steering, power brakes, but another concept that we're working on. And look at the independence that you can go literally coast to coast and only stop for bathroom breaks. That's something. It doesn't cost anything additional. So that's what I wanted to say about Inception. I know it's not this long, elaborate thing, because it's simple. The beauty is in the simplicity of it. And I know a lot of people are probably, doing that head slap. Why didn't I think of that? You probably did, and it just left you. I didn't think of it. It came to me just like it comes to you. So I am privileged and honored to be able to present what was shared with me to everyone. And that's the inception. We should be releasing or opening the website up in approximately 2 weeks. We are putting a video of the inception together so that everybody can see it. And it's pretty nice too. We did the whole outer shell, the body of it, in stainless steel. Love that. So that you don't have to worry about the rust. You don't have to worry about the paint chipping or peeling, or if you banged it, you're going to get a little ding. That's it. But we're talking about something, just the frame of it alone. We went so elaborate building the frame that we went to 5 different fabricators, and they said it's too complicated. That's just the frame. I want something strong. If it drops, if anything happens, it continues to work. We don't want anything shifting. We don't want it breaking. We want something that's going to last the full time with it. So what is going to break with it? The bearings. Everybody owns a bicycle. Everybody owns a car or a motorcycle. How often have you had to change bearings? Because everybody says, well, how long will that be? I'm asking you, how long, how often do you have to replace bearings? Not often at all. Not often. I think one car ever did I have to replace bearings, and not all of them. So many cars, many years, and they're still working fine. But that's the big break point that goes with it. And we can open up for Q&A if you'd like, Crystal.
Yes, certainly. I'm really so excited and happy that you are here talking about your inception, because it's long overdue. Everyone has been bugging me about it. When are you all going to come up with some free energy device? And you have, and we are so grateful to you. And you and your humility is really awesome. Thank you so much, Ron. I would like to sort of like introduce our team. I have Dr. Fresel here, who is the head teacher, the academic principal of our Physic Academy, who's teaching our R&D teams. And Pontus has built some device, and so has, well, a few of us here, regulars. And then we have Henrik as well, who's the head student, and is part of the team at the helm here with us, putting everything together for all of you. And I'm so grateful that there are now 86, 87 of us in the Zoom room right here. And thanks to Ron and Rick for alerting your members to come and join us here live. And we're so honored to be the platform that is given the opportunity to help you do this soft launch here for the first time, isn't it, Ron? That you are disclosing that you have.
It's wonderful to get out, but you guys are the rock stars. Somebody tells me, information comes to me, you're the one that delivers it such an elegant way and gets out and does the research and all the hard work of putting people together and going through who's a nut job and who's telling the truth, you know? So you guys are the rock stars. You do all of the work in front and behind the scenes. I'm just delivering a message.
We're so touched with your words. Gosh, we are so encouraged to carry on then, rain or shine. But I must say it's been quite a struggle, because everything comes out from our own pockets. The team at Physic, you know, like Press and Pontus and the rest, Henrik in the R&D teams, they keep digging deep into their pockets to buy the equipment, the materials, and all that, to build. But mind you, whatever we do, I mean, in our R&D, our development, is going to be the development as what we present ourselves, the platform where we bring everyone together. We help each other to come up with the free energy devices. And not only that, because free energy encompasses healing as well. Like you, the inventor extraordinaire, had invented so many systems, so many, inventions that help with everything. So energy is also the energy of the human body that is for healing too. So our teams here, really golden hearts, they never leave, and they keep on doing and trying and work for years and years to come up with something. And what we are coming up with, don't worry, folks. I mean, we are no competition, we don't compete with anyone, because what we do here is to help you. And what we are coming up with is something unique, something special that is going to help you condition your device. And we are very happy to do OEM to hide under you and to help you be more successful with your energy production. So that is what we do under the well, yeah, under the what do you call that? Yeah, secretly, yeah. So we will be launching ours. We are only waiting for funding, okay, so we can put everything together and we can have a safe haven to run to if things gets a little rough. So as Ron has come up with such a unique system of staying safe, and we are so pleased to hear that. It's brilliant, Ron, that you're setting up this R&D facility that allows the customers, I'm sorry, everyone to come here who wants to have
the members.
The members, that's it, yeah. Cool, right, so over to you, Press, my co-chair.
Well, thank you very much, Crystal. All right, Ron, you answered a lot of the questions, of course, because you know that one of us is going to come up and ask those tough questions. Let's start with weight. How much does your device weigh in pounds or kilos? Or
it's right at 50 pounds.
Okay. There's a mass thing that you have to accomplish when we're dealing with generators. And there's just a certain amount of copper, there's a certain amount of magnetic, there's a certain amount of frames that it's going to weigh something. And if you've ever picked up a gas generator and decide to move it in the back of your car to power, let's say, 2 refrigerators at the same time, it weighs about 40 to 50 pounds. Give you the weight distribution of this stuff to get this energy out. We talk about bearings, which will be the next big question. Are you dealing with sealed bearings, or are you dealing with the magnetic bearings by chance?
No, they are sealed bearings. And we went with some of the newer ones out that, wow, we were so impressed with it, putting it on a flywheel, so little energy, and it kept it going, which was absolutely amazing.
Well, even the new fidgets have some really good bearings in them. Yes. That's what I said. That was the next question is, are we dealing with standard bearings, or are we dealing with the magnetic bearings? There is advantages to both. So it's the part of it gets into the questions you have. What if you drop it? And if we're dealing with magnetic bearings, they don't like being dropped. If even they're not spinning, they slam against things. So the magnetic bearings have a little bit of problems, even though they have way less friction than this little fidget that I've got in my hand. The seal bearings, and they're getting better, those will provide good stabilities for a certain amount of time. And so the next question that comes in on this is, if the bearings go, and you can hear them starting to go when they start. They rattle, they squeak, they don't quite do, or the ends heat up. You've got a heat problem. How hard is it to get to replacing the bearings? Do we send them back to you, or is there just a little snap in, get, and we're done?
Super easy. That's why we went with sealed bearings that are standard, so anyone can get them and replace them. We always take in mind, that people have to, if I customize all of these parts, how is everybody going to get them? So I want something that's very standard, no matter what country you're in. you can find a replacement and take care of it as simple and inexpensive too. You know, when you get over-the-counter things, obviously they're going to be a lot cheaper than custom.
Excellent. All right. The next one gets into a little bit more technical, is that why Crystal brought me in for this one today. When we take a 90 amp, I figured it at about 90 amps per year for a US thing, but you're saying 100 amp, that's okay. We end up with the resistance of the wire, the conductor that goes from the generator to the panel or to the appliance. When we're dealing with store-bought generators, they have a few places to plug it in, and they say don't overload it. And there's usually a breaker on the outside that trips, and if you put too much load, then it can go. The big question, and you addressed it a little bit, was if you plug this with a double plug into your wall thing, you've got one, it's a 20 amp probably breaker at best, probably 10 to 15. In Europe, it's a 10 amp. The wire is rated at so many amps, and if you're going to power the whole house through that receptacle, you're going to have little problems in the wall. So there's getting systems to work. How do you address that to the public so they don't burn a wire or burn a spot in the wall?
And that's why we try to be so careful of what we're saying. We don't want people to hurt themselves. A lot of the electricians run a separate breaker. Obviously, the wiring would have to be a little different too. The double male that we have is gauged for 200 amp. So it's super heavy, super thick gauge that is designed for it. But again, you have to use the house wiring. And a simple yes. Most of the outlets that are ran over what the amperage is on the breaker. You know, whenever they're wiring something, they always overshoot because, hey, if I got a 20 amp, what if I got to put a 30 amp in there? So we're not going to just reinstall or re-pull new cable for it. So usually the wiring is rated much higher, but you always have to go by the breaker, because even if the wire can handle it, the breaker is going to trip. So that's something where you might, if this becomes an issue, that's why I said we have to be conscious of how much power we're using at any one given time. But a lot of the electricians said, I'll just put a bigger breaker in. That solves 90% of the problem.
Yeah, your wiring rating for your appliance, for your houses and stuff, is usually 20% above what the breaker is. But still, that's nowhere near that 90 or 200 amps or 100 amps that you're putting into the system. We're going to go to the next question on this, which goes into the 220 for the United States. Basically, it's two 110s, but you have a bigger plug-in, which is your electric stove or your electric dryer will take that 220 and a heavier plug-in. Now we still have amperage that we have to work with on both of those ones, but at least we're closer, and you're actually back powering both sides of the panel here in America with two 110 reps.
And 100 amps each, so now you're running 200 amps. But
that circuit will not take it. Okay, that it's still limited. You can turn on all the lights, but you're not going to run your heat pump with it. You're not going to run another dryer or all the other appliances at the same time, because the wire just won't carry it.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about just converting two of them into a 220. You know, that, yes, you can, use each leg, obviously a pigtail, and you can do anything with it, but that's not doing the rest of the house. I thought you were just isolating for one 220.
Yeah, as I say, there's things that are workarounds as we go on, and I commend you on getting a 110 out and in a power that's usable in the line of things. And you're what you're saying, great for the RV, great for the camping, great for keeping the refrigerators and the freezers going during a power outage, and some lights if you need to. Yes, you could. You've got enough oomph there to run your electric range or your electric dryer by itself. Not a problem. I have no problems with that. We're going to go now to Europe, 3-phase. The nice part about it is it's 3 110s and you're there, or we do some fancy electronics that we can do there's some interesting things we can do. And a larger unit, in other words, that supply it. But the minute that you go into 3-phase, two things happen. One, it's not as expensive to operate if you're in a 3-phase system compared to a 2-phase system like we have in the United States. But the danger escalates as public for safety of non-electricians messing with the device. With what you've got right now for the homeowner, the 110 is a far safer device. And as I say, I've looked at these things and I'm going, the 110 is a really hard nut to crack. And you apparently have done it efficiently. So, this is kudos from me. Let's see. Pontus, did you want to jump in and talk to him on similar to I'm going to say the R&D portion for people that want to join his system and what Team 2 might be interested in? Is there some similarities? Do you want to ask him about that from Team 2?
Well, I don't really know how the device is constructed, so I would need a little bit more info on that one. Because we are working on similar stuff also.
Okay, all right.
Correction. We are working on something that's going to help everyone. So we are no threat. There's no competition.
No
what we are developing on is going to help support everyone. So any device, any invention, we can help condition and produce more. Okay?
Yeah. Our goal is to interface with whatever comes along, and so that's not a problem. Pontus, you had why I tossed it at you was when we deal with motors, driving motors or something like that. Now, what he's done is he's set up a rotating field of magnets that is started with just a pull cord, like you would start a lawnmower, rather than another motor. But he talked about backfeeding, which is another one of those really cool things that I would commend you on that you got right, probably, was the backfeed, because our electric generators that are gas or diesel powered, they get a back pressure, electrical field build up on the other side of the alternator. And if it's not dissipated, it actually destroys the generator over time internally. And so from what I've gathered with your explanation, you've overcome that backfield electromagnetic by feeding it back in to keep it spinning.
It's pretty amazing how using magnets and create a magnetic field, once you hit 1200 RPMs, this phantom energy, and it happens all the time, everywhere. So instead of trying to get crazy and figure, we are taking the phantom energy to feed back into it. This way, everything runs clean and we absorb that other energy. We don't have spikes. We don't have brownouts. We have clean, clear frequency going out, and that extra frequency keeps itself going. It is something that's really fascinating. And if anybody's ever looked into it, when you create a magnetic field and you get it going at 1200 RPMs, just keep a meter on it and watch. All of a sudden, you're going to see a spike happen, and it maintains. Phantom energy appears, and I've talked to people all over. Nobody can explain it. So we just call it a phantom energy, but we've learned how to use that phantom energy, very productive. And this solves the problem of putting less in and getting so much more out.
Pontus, did you have any other comments or at this point?
Not at
All
this
right.
point.
Hendrik, you had your hand up for a moment.
Yeah, I wonder when you go to three-phase, are you just triple the thing, or is it more electronically made?
I'm sorry, I missed the first part.
When you go to three-phase, will it be just you triple the whole device and you have three separate things for each phase, or how does it work?
We're not tripling it. We are increasing the size, the mass. The next version we were talking about for this one, but it's way too much. The next version will have 2 ports, 110, 220, and they'll run simultaneously, and it's a 3-phase system.
Wow, great. Wow.
All right. Basically, that's the questions I had from the technical side. Crystal, I'm going to throw it back at you. Thank you for putting up with me routing the questions past the team. Go ahead.
Hendrik has his hand up. Yes, Hendrik.
Yeah, if you like to describe a little bit more how it works, that would be very nice to hear, as much as you want, of course.
I would love to on one-on-one, because I'd love to share some of the findings and stuff that, and the way we did the testing for it and the way to control and separate. I can go on for hours with it, but I know that we're limited on time. But yes, I would love to.
Oh, great. I love to hear that.
Of course, Ron, we will get you back here on this platform to speak for the hours that you need to speak. Once we got the facilitation of the your AGI team and all that, the structure and all that we're helping you with. Once we got that sorted out, of course, when everyone feels safe, especially you, Ron, then of course, we'll get you back a couple of times, yeah, or more. I wanted to say that, wow, it's amazing what you've been doing and what you've churned out now and again, this invention, that invention, and everything. And then you got your people here as well. Wow. I mean, we've got 88 people. Wow. Is that 88? Am I looking? Well, you know what? To the Chinese people, 88 means prosperity. Ron? It means prosperity. We're going to be very successful. You are with your inventions that you're churning out. Yeah, what I was getting at is, okay, behind every successful man is a woman, right? So would you be able to introduce your other half, your wife, your beautiful divine complement?
It's easier to create these generators than to get her on camera. But
oh, yeah. Well, we want to applaud her and oh, Karen, thank you so much for supporting Ron to turn out his inventions one after another to help us humanity progress and getting us healed and getting free energy. Yeah, hooray!
And I could say it's not as easy as just putting something together on a weekend. We're talking years of work, and to have somebody that stays behind you and supports you and keeps that coffee and prime rib every now and then coming is just, I would not be able to do it without. I truly wouldn't. So that's the tremendous support mechanism, and also the inspiration for a good amount of inventions of how to do things around really quickly.
Wonderful. I could literally see Garen pulling on the string, the rope, when you are in the basket of the hot air balloon that is down and grounding you. Thank you. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Would you like to talk a little bit more, Ron and Garen, about your AGI? Because there's a lot of questions in chat in our live participants section about your Advanced Global Initiative Development Group, because so many of them wanted to join you in your R&D team.
Yes. We know that there would be a lot of issues just trying to release them for sale. We know it. We've seen horrible things go awry, and we don't want to be a statistic. We want to be an inspiration of a way to move forward for others, a safer, smarter way. And this is what we've come up with, the research and development. So just like the panel that's here now, thinking the same ways. And who has that last little gem that's over here, or the another way to do it over there that takes it to an even higher level? And that's what this is all about. Having everybody do donations depending on the product covers the cost of the product, so we can ship it out. People get to keep it. It's theirs. But we also get to work together. We also get to experience this, where if we were to just release and somebody grabs it and they happen to burn 3 houses down and said, this is the reason.
Yeah.
So we need more research and development. So that's what we're creating, a research and development team.
Cool. That is so clever. So you didn't patent it then, of course, because patenting means you are putting your head on the hangman's noose or on the chopping board.
Well, there's a couple issues I always have with that. 2 main ones. Number one, I have patented before, and it was the biggest waste of time and money you could ever do. Why? Because first of all, you can't put it in yourself. You have to have a patent attorney, because they'll just keep kicking it back, and more time, more money. You finally get the patent attorney on it. It goes through after years of ridiculous nonsense. And it truly is nonsense, because they don't do anything. But now I can go on to the patent office site right now from my computer. I can pull an invention. I changed 10 things. You used a square circuit. I'm using a round circuit. That's one thing changed. I changed 10 things. I could submit that back in and get a patent on it legally. Now, you had the original. I copied you. We go to sue. They don't get involved. They say you got to sue each other. We gave you your patent. We gave you your patent. We're out of it. All of that time, all of that money, and all you're doing is opening it up for other people to steal it, and they bow out. It's amazing. So I said from that point forward, never again. 1. Number 2, it is not mine to grab and hold on to. It's an idea to share to everybody so that we can work together and get something amazing going out there. I can think of this, but everybody else can think of so much more. You know, I kind of chime it in with the Wright brothers. Here, 2 brothers that own a bicycle shop with an idea for a plane. And all of that time, they're crazy. Nobody could fly. It's ridiculous. But it only went 100 feet. But without that 100 feet, without what they did, you think they ever thought of rockets and leaving the planet and these humongous planes with the luxuries from just a concept from 2 brothers that only went 100 feet. So what will happen with this? What will it power? What will it inspire for us and the next generations to come?
Gosh, your humility has been very humbling. I mean, it humbled us. Thank you so much for being such a humble, brother, being of light and love here on the planet, working on this. I actually wanted to say that you brought something good here that we are learning from you, that there's another way out. So instead of patenting and all that, which is literally giving the blueprint on a silver platter to the dark hats. Yeah, you are absolutely right. And majority of the inventors and developers of this kind of technology are terrified as hell to come out in the open. So they are ostriches buried in the sand. But you're so brave, you come out and you thought of this idea. Rick was telling us, Rick Jewis, just now in the first session, that there's no fear. But there again, the reality, the harsh reality is they are still in control. So we got to step carefully. And in saying this, I will have to put these 2 video recordings in BitChute, I'm afraid. So folks, if you're looking for it in our YouTube channel, I'm afraid, no, you got to look in BitChute. So that's why you have to subscribe in all our channels, please. Okay, so this is a soft launch for Ron's Inception. Right, and we will be collaborating together, right, in so many ways. And as I said, Physic is a platform where we are no threat to anyone, any developers, any inventors, because what we do here is to help everyone go to market, everyone who has the technical know-how but doesn't have the marketing or the distribution or the structure. We will be able to help you. And we were also planning to set up incubators as well for those who don't have the means like Ron and Garen has. We will help you. And we are also talking to scientists and inventors on how we can help incubate them. So it is close and near now that we are getting the support for building all this, right? Facilities to help you out. So, Ron, it will be our pleasure and our honor indeed to help you take your Inception to market. And apart from the Inception that you had invented, I am sure everyone is all ears to know about what other inventions you have that's going to rescue us from the sicknesses and illnesses and the ailments and even the longevity issues. Ron, can I show your website so we can go through the products and then
Sure.
Yeah, and then everyone can see for
Sure.
themselves why
But we have on the website, we have a coming soon, the very first coming soon off the top. And that shows some of the more advanced technologies that we're rather prototyped already or ready to release.
Sure.
And
Well,
it's a pretty wide band.
Yeah, before you continue with that, other inventions of yours, I remember you when we were doing a trial run for this talk here, the soft launch, you were saying that you wanted to show some video clips of the Inception. Is that
Oh,
it?
not the Inception.
Oh,
That's
the
coming.
That's
coming. No, it was one of the products that we were playing with. I know everybody's talking more now than ever in history about water. It's got to be pH. It's got to be this. It's got to be that. Devices out there for $4,000 just to change one part of it. But then you have to microcluster. You have to structure the water. You got to magnetize to get everything right and still not remineralized. And so we got tired of hearing and thinking thousands of dollars. Why? For water. This is the gift for everybody. And we have to try and get it back to a safer, healthier state. After all, we're 70% water, which is one of the most vital things. And more than 75% of this country alone are chronically dehydrated. Not dehydrated, chronically dehydrated. So and it's always going to hit your weakest point. If it's digestion, if it's the brain, if it's joints, if it's your vision. So hydrating is so important and doing it right. So we were working on something that is going to be so small, and we call it the wave. And it's pretty cool. And I do have the video here. It's 3 minutes long. It's got just so much information, and it's so cheap and available now. And whoever uses it from the very first time, I don't care if it's bottled, tap, well water, you will taste the difference and experience the difference of real healthy water.
We're all ears and eyes.
Okay, let's see if I remember how to get this going.
Ron, don't forget to click the audio sound.
Yes. I'm looking for it.
Oh no, you have to start again. Start share screen again, and then click on the two tiny little buttons at the bottom. Two little boxes at the bottom.
Okay.
Share screen.
Of course, it works great for the preview, and now it won't. Well, it's actually, it is on the site too, on the home page. Right on the home page, if you go down, you'll see Wave, and there is the video clip of it, and also a more advanced, a little bit longer, because the video clip is 3 minutes, more like bullet points, but then there's a 14-minute audio right next to it that describes everything that's inside of it and how it works, the frequencies, the energy, and what it does along with the body.
Okay, bear with me. I'm going to help you do the share screen. Yeah, just bear with me. Pontus, would you stop? Yeah, thank you so much. You help him stop screen share. Now I'm going to share. Oh, hold on a sec. Hold on a sec. I forgot to do the audio share screen. Yeah,
I'm not the only one. I feel better. I
I
think you're doing it just to make me feel good now.
So this is your website, right? So folks, now look, this is Ron's website.
Okay.
Ron the Inventor, all right? So I'm scrolling down now, and you said, is this the one, water?
Yes. See the wave?
Uh-huh.
Right there, you see the small box? Right underneath that one is a smaller box.
I don't see any box.
Just slightly, go down a little bit, scroll down a little. Right there is, too much. Up.
Okay.
You see it, just right there. Down a little.
It says, am I hydrated? Click on that one, Crystal.
Am I hydrated?
That's the video that's playing.
I
If you
saw
click
the
on
video
it.
now. Sorry. Yeah, this one.
Yeah, if you click on it, you could go full screen.
I clicked on it. This one? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Nah, it doesn't open up big.
Poverty is drinking healthy, pure water. This seems simple. Just drink bottled, tap, or well water, right? Well, no pun intended, it's not that simple. Let me explain. Bottled, tap, or well water has been shown to contain heavy metals, additives, chlorination byproducts, pesticides, arsenic, radon, rocket fuel, gasoline,
I'm sorry, I'm trying to make it big screen.
road salts and chemicals, to name a few, and are depleted of minerals. Water may also travel through decaying pipes that may be eroded, leaching harmful chemicals into the water long before it reaches your kitchen. We've all seen multiple products on the market that claim to do one or two treatments of the following, such as structure the water, microcluster, alkaline, pH balance, frequency infused, hydrogenate, and the list goes on, costing hundreds of thousands of dollars that are not portable. And if you're not handy with tools, you might have to hire a plumber to install them. Not to mention the hours it would take going from machine to machine just to get a simple glass of water. So what can we do? Just wave it away. Introducing the all-in-one solution, water adjusting vital elements, or WAVE for short. This is a portable, hydrogen-rich, microclustered, frequency-infused, remineralized, filtered, magnetized, alkaline, energized, pH-balanced structured water device. This sounds complicated and time-consuming, right? Not complicated at all. Just fill a 16-ounce bottle of water, drop the wave in, and shake vigorously for 30 seconds, and wait 15 to 20 minutes before drinking. So simple, so easy. And even our pets and plants can benefit from it. Wave, the first all-in-one portable hydrogen-rich, microclustered, frequency-infused, remineralized, filtered, magnetized, alkaline, energized, pH-balanced, structured water unit. The size of a fountain pen, fits in your pocket or purse, good for 1 year, only $20. Turn your water into wave water. Catch the wave, to health, fitness, and longevity. For more information or to get your own wave,
There it
Wow,
is.
that is superb. Thank you, Ron. So, do you want to say anything more about it, or do you want me to show the rest of your inventions?
Oh, you can. It would be nice. The coming soon, all the way at the very top, is a page,
I'm sorry.
and that's some of the other inventions we have not released yet, and I'm sure you'll understand why. Up, up at the very, very top.
Coming soon. Is it coming
Yep.
soon?
Come right there.
Whoa.
And just going down.
Whoa.
Here's the first one that we call DDS. What does that do? It regrows teeth at any age. You know, a lot of people think all we have is, you know, your baby teeth and then your adult teeth, and that's it. Well, it is it, because a switch turns off in our system that stops the regeneration of the teeth. But using frequency, we can turn that switch back on, and any missing teeth in the mouth the body knows what's there and what's not. But it does get a little confusing. If you had a root canal, the tooth is dead, the body don't acknowledge it as a tooth anymore, so a new one will grow underneath it and pop the old one out. If you have implants, and a lot of people have the implants that are anchored into the jaw, you do not want to use this. You would have to have them removed first, because the teeth will start growing under and literally pushing it out. Very painful. Something else, I like to put all the information out there, not just positive. If you haven't had teeth in a long time, the gums are going to be super hard. So when the new teeth finally start coming out, it does take 14 weeks for them to start cracking through again for new teeth. But the gums can be so hard and calloused that you might have to go to like a dentist just to cut the gums to allow them to come out. So just full disclosure.
Wow. Amazing. Ron,
Yes.
so those people who had root canal jobs done, they have to pull up their root canals then to allow
No.
the new teeth to grow.
No, it will push the root canal out. It's people that had like any work that was anchored to the jaw, that's right into the bone, that would have to come out. But otherwise, fine. And as we were working with a couple dentists, as well as dental surgeons, as they were using the frequencies, some of the people had damage to the bone that the teeth are growing out of. And they said that the frequency was actually healing and repairing the bone that the teeth actually come out of.
Wonderful. Very cool. Are you sorry? Do you want to say more about this, or shall I move down a bit?
Heinrich got his hand up.
Yeah, I just wonder if you have some plastic parts on your teeth, will they fall off, or will the teeth heal itself, or will you just get a new tooth? Sorry.
The new teeth come in if the root is gone. If you had a root canal or the tooth is missing, a new one will grow in. If you have teeth in already, as long as they are active, the body sees them as active teeth, will not replace it or push the old one out. So if you have a filling, it's going to stay. Okay. You know, only if the tooth is missing or dead due to a root canal.
Yeah, folks, you can buy this off Ron's website directly. You don't have to join an R&D team to do this. Okay, so his products are
believe it or not, these ones right here are the ones that we're going to add to the research and development team. Why? Obviously, this is something that revolutionized billion-dollar industry that's out there.
Absolutely.
So
they won't be too happy.
Safe.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
we're still researching and developing that product.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Ron, for correcting me there. I thought it's available right now, straight away. Yep. So, folks, that is a very clever move. That is a very clever move, Ron. I love the idea. So, next one, Henrik, you okay now? You want to ask more questions on the dental one? Okay.
Can I ask some questions on that?
Oh, sure, Scott. Oh, Scott, you need new teeth.
Well, I'm actually doing it. It's actually, I don't want to take the whole show. Maybe we'll do it off the call. But after the movie Root Cause, I discovered that I had that problem, and so does the old lady here. And there's a lot to it. But I had a tooth that was loose that the dentist was saying they can't save it. It was number 3, and I started drinking gelatin that day, a little package of it, and I started getting it firmer to number 2, and then other stuff happened, and I'll go into. But you were talking about removing the root canal. It's not the root canal, it's the damaged, the dead stuff underneath. So
Yeah.
are you addressing the dead? So there's no other procedure anywhere the way they leave dead stuff in the body. And that causes other issues. And then you get the nanotech involved in the digital bioconvergence. And it's just, it gets crazy. But to be continued, I can come up with 40 questions, but you're on a roll. So we'll get to this later. Okay.
Thanks, Scott. Oh, sorry. Why is everyone so quiet?
Well,
Sorry,
Crystal, I
Scott.
do have a question later on, but go ahead and finish up with his inventions and we'll come back because there's a pending question in chat that I want to cover.
Sure. So this is the next one, right? Which is coming soon, Ron? Please.
Thermoacoustic driver. What that does, some of the most expensive things that we have is heating and cooling. If you own an office building or your house, heating and cooling is your most expensive thing. So how do we do it inexpensively? We hear every year senior citizens dying because they didn't put the fan on because they can't afford the couple dollars more for the electric, or they freeze to death because the heat is turned all the way down. With thermoacoustic drives, what it does, it puts a frequency in the air. Now just think about hot water, cold water. If you speed up the molecules or you slow them down, you can heat up the air or cool the air. And something like this will do 1,200 square feet. It's not blowing the air, it's releasing a frequency. And if you look all the way to the right, that's a small satellite. So this puts out the main frequency, and this is an acoustic coupler that can be plugged into a different floor, a different room, or even in the garage. If you don't have it air conditioned or heated, you can, even if the building is not connected. And this uses the power that it takes to charge your cell phone. So you can cool or heat any house, any building for what it takes, the pennies to charge your cell phone. That's all the electricity that it would take.
Wow. So we have Rick putting his hand up. First, would we allow Rick to ask the question first before you?
Yeah, basically I want to get to the end of this, then we'll get back to one of the main questions in the chat. Go ahead.
Sure, Rick, go on then. Unmute.
Oh, thank you so much. I'll keep this short. Ron, I believe we need to have a call later on. So what I ask is for Crystal to connect us, if it resonates with you, to also be a part of GPMS, because what this does as well, it just to keep it simple, it's important that we speak, and that's what I will say.
Sure, I'll be very happy to put up on the call.
Excellent. Be honored.
Thank you, Ron.
It won't be tonight because it's late in Europe for you. You're in Romania. So it's past midnight for you now. So the next few days, yeah, Rick? Okay, Ron? Ron is so busy.
Absolutely.
You know, it's difficult to get Ron. Yeah. And you can understand why he's so busy. My God, all these inventions, it takes several lifetimes to do it. He does it in one lifetime.
That's a real cool one right there. talking about ending world hunger without doing chemicals, without slaughtering animals. Foodtopia was from hearing everybody always saying about the food supply is contaminated. There's not enough food. The way people live in certain. What we did was did a little reverse engineering of printers, 3D printers. But if you use the actual cells of animals, let's say cow, you can just extract muscle and fat cells. Now, keep in mind, the technology is out there to 3D print body parts using your own cells. It's out there. It's been tested already. We've seen it. And if you haven't, you can go to YouTube. They have them there. This is taking that and dumbing it down. So the technology already exists for recreating live cells. But instead of using chemicals and preservatives and all of these poisons, we can literally take just some cells out of a cow, muscle cell, fat cells, put it in here. It works like an incubator, builds it up on a scaffold, and it has 4 separate chambers inside. Each chamber is 4 foot by 4 foot deep and 1 foot high. So if you wanted to, inside of 2 weeks, you can create enough perfectly marbleized steaks that would feed 1,000 families, not 1,000 people, 1,000 families. Keep in mind, each shelf can produce something different. And we had a bit of work with the different meats and poultry, fish, and we had a breakthrough about 2 years ago for fruits and vegetables. So we can literally not make food, but take it, reproduce the cells, and expand it, accelerate the expansion of it. And the longest thing is 2 weeks that takes to make. We love it for so many third world countries and food pantries to never run out of food again. So we put so much love into that unit that we will never have a problem with food or chemicals in the food. You can do anything, even the most rare fruits, vegetables, could be done in here. It just takes power. Once you extract the muscle and fat cells from the different animals, doesn't matter how many different ones, they're constantly splitting and reproducing, multiplying. So something the size of a briefcase can feed a town for a lifetime because of how they keep reproducing. And that's a whole other thing of how we had to go through to make that happen. But we're super excited about Foodtopia.
What a solution to the food problem that we have. I say that this is like a step close to having a replicator.
Yes, well, a replicator, for the real term of replicator, where they can take different particles, including now with CERN finding the guard particle that exists in everything, everywhere. And that's, they call it the guard particle because it is in everything. And mixing other particles, they can make steel with replicators, they can make different foods with replicators and stuff. This is a downgrade from that. Because you do have to have the real cells to put in. But it's also going to be the cleanest, most organic, safest food on the planet.
Awesome. Yeah. Sorry.
That's just fun stuff right there. You got to have fun. So personal transportation units, we wanted something to not only fool around, to get around. Yes, it can go 25 miles an hour. It does have your lights and everything. For some of us, a lot of people that are seniors are losing their licenses. They can't drive no more. They got no way to get around. We wanted to put something together that they can get around and do it in style. So we put the electric light together. It goes 25 miles an hour. It does recharge itself. It comes with crazy features, but it also, for the daredevil in all of us, it has an off-road button that can take it up to 60 miles an hour with stability and handling that's almost unheard of. Again, a fun personal transportation unit that we just like playing with.
Wow, another awesome invention. Here we go. And this one.
Here, see, we always listen to people as they talk, and that's when the downloads come. People are always worried. We've been hearing it the past few years. The grid's going to get hit, communications, they're going to knock out all communications, the satellites are going to be blocked, everybody's being listened to. Comlink is something that can be hooked up to your smartphone. And it doesn't have to be a working smartphone, because we're just using the electronics in the smartphone. Everybody has an old smartphone in the drawer because we got upgraded. So it's just sitting in a drawer. We would be able to plug Comlink directly into it. And Comlink will give it its own address, meaning phone number. And you'll be able to transmit everywhere, to cells, to landlines. It does video, audio, radio stations. You do everything just like a regular smartphone. The difference is, if any communications problems happen, the satellites get taken down, power gets taken down, comlinks will still work globally, like the satellite phones, but you take the satellites down, they're done. This will work globally without satellites, even during power outages or satellite shutdown. And we wanted to make sure of security. So we have security built into it to where it goes through 500 channels in a 32nd of a second, constantly switching, which makes it almost untraceable, undetectable. And what a great price, $100. But the people, once communications goes down, would have to have this to communicate to each other. And let's say you had an old smartphone and you dropped it, it broke. Grab another smartphone and plug it in. The information stays with the unit, not the phone. Your phone number stays with the unit, not the phone also. So instead of building the screens and all of the technology, we're just going to let the electronics that are out there now and just piggyback off of them, so we can make it at a very affordable rate. So for people with communications, that's something to look at.
It's very useful indeed. Awesome.
Quantum wave. Another big thing that we get from everybody that's out there, the pesticides that are in the foods. And it's not only pesticides, all of that radiation that's out there that you think are in barrels and they're burying and stuff, they're actually introducing small amounts to our food supply. It gives longer shelf life. It takes a lot of the taste out of the foods, but the radiation that they are using for our food, they give it new names, but it's still radiation that they're putting in. What quantum wave does, using frequencies, neutralizes the pesticides and the chemicals that are in it in less than 30 seconds. Meaning, if you had an apple, cut it in half, put half in this for 30 seconds, and just leave the other one. You take a bite of the one that's untreated, it's going to have hardly any flavor, a little tartness. Sometimes you can almost taste the pesticides on it. The one that comes out of here, the outer is sterilized, along with the neutralizing of the different chemicals that are in there. It will taste like a totally different apple. The whole flavor comes back to life. The sweetness is there and neutralized everything else. And it works with different fruits, vegetables, meats as well.
Wow, you're such a godsend. You're such a godsend an inventor, Ron. I mean, I've been wishing and praying for something like this because our food chain has been like so toxic and poisoned. What about the
again,
GMOs?
it's people. People talk about different problems, and I start thinking about them, and these downloads come, but it's not me. It's not me.
Oh, you're so humble. You must be coming down from your spacecraft somewhere, and which star system? Wow, folks, this is so amazing.
Car
Everything.
cycle, the RV car cycle. This concept came up from a friend who lives in Hawaii, and the drugs became so fierce where so many people are on the beaches, it's affecting their tourism and becoming a real bad problem for Hawaii. And they wanted to put up some buildings for the homeless and the drug addicts to just get them away from it. But nobody wanted these buildings near them because their land value goes down. And then crime also, they felt, would go up in the areas. So they were asking, what can we do? Because families want to go to paradise, but not to have people sleeping in cardboard boxes on the beach while they're trying to go. So we came up with the RV car cycle. This is a human-powered electric assist vehicle where it is an RV. It has a full kitchen, bathroom, shower. It has theater seating, as well as opens up to a queen-size bed. It makes its own water and it makes its own power. The only thing we couldn't do is the black water tank. So it does have to be drained. Otherwise, it does power itself, and it's also transportation. We gave it a futuristic look, and I figured with Hawaii, they'd probably go with a floral pattern, which makes people want to take pictures with these. So now what was scaring tourists off can be a bigger attraction for the tourists to want to see these new vehicles. And it's also housing for the people and transportation. If a big event comes, it's nothing to move it.
Ooh. Again, you have to join the R&D to get this.
This was something that, wow, we had bugs, mosquitoes, and these gnats everywhere. So we put Chill Out together, and it's just a mix of different combination of natural ingredients, nothing that's going to hurt people, but it will instantly cool the body on contact 3 to 5 degrees instantly. And it kills viruses and bacteria, germs, 99%. So once we start sweating and perspiring, what we're smelling is actually the bacteria. So this does that too. So now it will keep the bugs away better than like a deep woods off. It cools the body on contact and also has the deodorizer and kills the germs. So it was a fun little project that we put together.
Gosh, this is going to sell like hotcakes. Oh my God, echo. It's going to sell like hotcakes in the tropical countries where there are loads of mosquitoes around.
It's such a, we even customized the bottle to make it like a little pistol grip. So it's easy to hold, fits in your pocket, glove compartment, purse, very easy to get around.
This one, mind.
Now we get to that gray area. This is what you guys were talking about earlier, about being able to use the mind and how we're not going to need technology. And I agree that we'll be able to do things by thought. We're supposed to be doing it all along. We have been dumbed down. We have been taken away from that. What this device basically, without going too deep, is it will amplify the signals that are there. So if it takes so long to develop the strength, this will boost the signals so that silly things like telekinesis could be obtained so much easier. And we'll leave it at that for this one.
Awesome.
Air, it's basically a condensation machine. Everybody's always talking about water, water, water. So we put a small machine together. It doesn't matter where you are. It's a condensation machine. They call it atmospheric water generation. Basically, anybody that's ever had an air conditioned, a window mount, you go outside, it keeps dripping water, condensation. The same thing with our refrigerators. They build a metal plate over the motor because your refrigerator is doing the same thing. It drips onto the plate, the heat of the motor evaporates it. But what we do with this is accelerate and promote the condensation and instead of trying to evaporate it. So this small condensation machine collects moisture from the air. What makes it separate from other ones that are out there? Most of them, to even work, takes at least 50% humidity. A lot of places don't have 50% humidity. So we worked very diligently with this one, and we got it down to 10% humidity. Now, I know people are going to say, hey, we don't have 10% humidity. We're not even that high, or, over here. Inside your home, it is, because you cook inside your home. Moisture comes off of the body as you talk, as you walk through, as you take showers. So even though the humidity might be much lower outside, it's very different inside. So something that can produce, and this is a smaller unit, it produces 8 gallons at 10% humidity of clean, clear drinking water. And we run it through 14 different filters to make sure it is clean and basically doing what the wave is doing for the water. This does automatically, but as it pulls the air in, it also cleans the air and puts a frequency, positive charge frequency, in the air it releases after it takes the moisture. So it's conditioning your air while also giving you clean, clear water. Another little fun thing, one of the smallest electric scooters out there, this thing will fit in a backpack. And it looks like a bathroom scale, to be totally honest. It's about that size and shape. I'm a little older. My balance is not that great. So we put the handle on it so you have a little bit more stability. So here's something that can go roughly 15 miles an hour. And I know that doesn't sound fast, but if you think that the fastest runners on this planet, less than 1% could run 19 miles an hour. The fastest people on the planet are running about 19 miles an hour. This is going 15 miles an hour, which is pretty, when you're on a small platform, you can commute anywhere. And for that last mile, you can just pull this out of the bag, drop the handle on, and go. I even have Bluetooth speakers in. If you want to listen to music, it's got lights on it. It's got the horn, and it'll even do hands-free for your smartphone. Again, another fun little device. Sometimes I like to play too.
Awesome. Wow.
Cerebro. Now, I stole the name and some of the look because I'm really into comic books. And people that know the comic books and the Marvel, they know Cerebro was from Professor Xavier. That was the one that was in the wheelchair. And to talk and communicate with everybody, he used Cerebro to find and talk to other mutants. So I loved that concept. So we gave that similar look to it and worded it or spelled it slightly different, but that's where it came from. This is for brain damage or brain diseases specifically. And that's everything that this does. But let's think about that for a minute. What are some of the brain diseases? Parkinson's? Absolutely. MS is a brain disease. Any type of brain damage.
Schizophrenia.
Yes. With the maximum time is 7 sessions, which are anywhere from 30 minutes to 60 minutes a session. Most people use 1 session and problems gone. We have been working with a brain surgeon who does brain mapping. Now he has his own clinic, and we've been working back and forth with him designing this. The results I was just telling you about came directly from him and his independent study with this device. We are beefing it up a little bit because the way we originally built it, it would take somebody licensed, a doctor, to program the helmet for the specific people. Working with the doctor, he said how the doctors would do it is they would do brain mapping and see what's firing, what's misfiring, where to treat, how to put the frequencies in, where exact pinpointing to alleviate problems. So we added the sensors for brain mapping in, then had to build algorithms to work with setups. If this perimeter is here, you have to set this. So if this, then that. If that, then this. And that's what we're still developing. So anyone that has any of these problems could put this helmet on, and once they hit start, it'll self-diagnose. It will do the brain mapping. It'll indicate where the problems are, and it will give you the opportunity. If there's more than one thing, you can pick all or just the select thing that you wanted. And most treatments are only one treatment to correcting the problems. The maximum that has been seen so far, it took 7 treatments, 1 per day, 7 consecutive days. Another amazing product.
Wow, fantastic. Okay.
Yes, this would be the private research and development group. We keep hearing about all of these wonderful extenders and things that are going to add life. And we wanted something that puts the body back in balance. Truly, each cell, each fiber, each organ. And we came out with this back in 2008, I believe, that using different frequencies, and when I say frequencies, magnetic waves are also part of that. It is light, it is vibration, it is sound, and it goes a lot deeper with UHF frequencies, microwave frequencies, and I just say frequencies. Medbed, I will never call it a medbed or any of the other sci-fi movie terms that they have out there. We called it extend because that's exactly what it does. It will extend the life of an organ, for blood, for organs, for muscle, for tissue. This regenerates it, setting it back to a much earlier stage. Will I say it's anti-aging? No, it's a reset is what it's doing. Even going through, even the telomeres were extended. So I don't want to go too deep. I know everybody's out there, but this will be one of the other projects that we're working on. Extend, because that's exactly what it does. It extends the life of cells, tissue, organ, telomeres, and everything else. One little fast one on it. If you wanted to change the color of your eyes, that's the machine that could do it. If you wanted to change the color of your hair naturally, this is how you can do it, among other things that can be changed. Not everything, but other things can be changed. Okay.
Right.
And there's the beauty. The patriot, the peacemaker. We wanted real, wearable defense, self-defense. I don't want to kill anybody, but I don't want my life in danger either. Here is a small device. Obviously, it fits right on the forearm and it can go underneath clothing. So let's give a hypothetical. You're in a bar and it's a biker bar and 80 people break out into a fight. All as you do, you don't have to expose anything. You hit the button right through the clothing and just move your forearm left to right. Anyone that's in front of it, up to 20 yards. Instantly feels like boiling oil poured over their whole body, and it will create 8 minutes of paralysis. So a great little tool, good for crowd control, but something we will not release, because in the wrong hands, robberies can be committed with this thing. People driving by in a car and kids just creating that paralysis, causing accidents. So again, technology is wonderful, but you got to look at the good and the bad. And if the bad outweigh the good, you don't release. We have to be responsible.
That's it.
And there's no damage with that. No, you're okay. There's no permanent damage. It's going to go 64th under the skin. And basically that's where your nerve endings are. And that's what we're igniting. We're supercharging the plasma in the air, and it penetrates at 16th. I'm sorry, that 64th underneath the surface of the skin. The nerves are there, they get hit, but there is no permanent damage. And in 8 minutes, you can finish your drink and still be halfway home before anybody knows what happens. There wasn't a sound, there wasn't a light, and nobody knows what happened.
The last one, the invention protection one. Actually, you're such a responsible inventor. Yeah, I think we ought to think about how we can, you can market that and release that, because that one can be dangerous, as you said. Perhaps it's going to work well, like the licensing of guns. You know, people have to apply for a license, and they have to document what they're going to do with it. You know?
Again, it's not my invention. It's out there. The military owns it. And a lot of other countries do. And the only difference is you'll see them on top of a Hummer, the Humvees, and you have to have a big dish, the reflector dish, to put it out. And they do have them. Homeland Security, we know, has them too for riot control things. But the units are so big, all we did was shrink it down and make it more form function instead of that big. So we didn't invent anything. We just shrunk it.
Ron and Garen, I just wanted to touch on a little bit on the cerebro helmet, okay? Because of what happened the last 3 to 4 years, people who took the jabby, you know, they have changed personalities. They have like evolved into transhuman, so they lack empathy, and they are not the usual natural sovereign integral with the emotions and the empathy anymore. I mean, that's what generally has been observed, that people had noticed the difference. So would the cerebral helmet help them regain back the natural,
No, because it's not a damage. It's a chemical that's put in that's making them react. Removing the chemical, and there are a couple ways that are out there. We've seen there is a bath with borax that helps pull it from the body naturally, and a lot more people are having it lately and they're trying to say that the eclipse, and now people have eclipse sickness. It's not true. What they're doing, there are the power lines or plants from coast to coast that they're igniting them and putting out this radio frequency for 12 hours throughout the night from coast to coast. I do have the video on it. And the second night, they went 13 hours long. And what it does is it's activating, it's making those molecules all stick together, creating a lot more problems. So you're going to see exactly what you're describing a lot more of now, as well as people getting really sick or just dying in perfect shape. We have to talk again.
Yes, we must. We must. Yes, yes. Maybe you could come back next meeting. That'd be great. Yeah, I don't know why there's an echo in my voice and it sounds shrieky. But anyway, I just wanted to say we were like asking and hoping and praying that the advanced technologies of the secret space program would be released to humanity. Like, it looks like you're doing it, Ron. I mean, with all your inventions and the wide range of varieties of your inventions, looks like
Well, those are the ones that are questionable, but we feel are safe to put out right now.
Yeah. Who
It's
are
not the
you, Ron?
arsenal.
Where did you come
It's
from?
not the
Wow.
arsenal.
Which star system? Go on then, Chris.
Thank you. Getting back to the generator and the application for home use, and the question that they have, your first answer was that you've got the simple thing is you plug it into the wall with the to a mail-in plug-in, and you turn the main breaker off in the house. This will keep you at a limited of 200 amps to run with, but it does backfeed into the service and doesn't backfeed out into the grid where you might have people out there repairing lines and stuff that have fallen down in a storm or something. So you're not endangering the repair crews because your house has power.
Right.
We got into how do we do a better job of connecting to the central power of a house. That you're not, if you're in an apartment or something like that, no, unless you're on a separate service, it gets very, very complicated because you don't own the structure. But let's say the houses that you own, the generators that we put in right now off the shelf that are emergency have what's called a double pole, double throw on them for the 220, and either a mechanical where it switches from line voltage to generator voltage, and it isolates your generator from your power lines going back to the transformers and stuff and down lines. That's that switch. That will have to be installed by a licensed electrician. In Europe, you have 3-phase. It's 3-pole. It's single throw, double, and triple, and it's that disconnect and reconnect inside your panel. Then you would be looking at having the proper size wire to carry that load. Quick view of how big that wire is going to be. Take a look at the wire that's coming into your panel, if you can see it, or coming into your house from the overhead lines. And these are fairly robust. They're fairly robust. But in a short connection between the generator and this double throw switch or triple throw switch, you don't need very much of it. And so, yes, it's going to take a licensed electrician to put it in for you, and then we'll deal with what it takes safely, and that can be done with the device itself, with the plug-in modules. Do you want to go any further in that on it? I want to make certain that our listeners realize that it isn't just a quick throw of the switch to power the whole house, but what you've done with your 110 100 amp system is phenomenal in itself. So you want to jump in on that?
No, I agree. I agree. And that's why I try, because I know that there's so many different people out there and so many different minds working in so many different directions. I just wanted to share the simplicity of it. And for an emergency situation, yes, don't plan on having everything on at the same time. And I know that that's a big thing too, that most people don't have the refrigerator because the compressor is going to turn off, but then turn back on. The washer and dryer aren't on. At the same time, the wife is blowing the hair out, which is pulling crazy amperage. All the lights are on in the house, and the electric stove is running. So, there is like a realistic, number. And yes, this would probably never get that high to where everything would be on. But we don't go with safety by saying it'll probably never happen, or it's 1 billion to 1. The 1 is not acceptable. So we have to be smarter. We have to be safer with it.
All right. And the last question that comes in, and this is a physicality question of the Inception going into a vehicle. It's one thing to have a generator sitting and not moving. It's another thing to have spinning magnetic fields in a rope moving, switching, that type of thing. Does this increase the wear on the bearings? Does it cause a problem with inertia in the line of gyroscopic forces, where you got a steering problem because you've got this spinning flywheel behind you in the trunk?
Great questions. And I started talking about it earlier by talking about the frame construction that is so complicated that 5 different companies are saying it's too complicated. And that's just the framing. Yes, I understand. And that's what we were talking about too, that nothing can move, but it can be dropped and have no damage except maybe a scratch mark. So yes, great question. And I know I didn't go elaborate into it. I was kind of, skimming a lot of surfaces at one time, but I love it because, I love the devil's advocate thing, because then it makes me feel better too. Like, yeah, we got that one covered too. Yay.
There was some interesting points that were brought up in chat, and I wanted to make certain that we covered some of these nuances. And so there's little doubt of what you're showing and what you want the device to do as use. And then as this develops later on, there will be other applications, bigger, smaller. Example would be possibly something in the line of those scooters or the little platform wheelie things that we were showing as being driven by something of similar nature, but smaller and more compact.
Yes. Next generation.
Mhm. I
It's
thought
easier to go bigger. It's hard to go smaller.
Yes, I thought Brian Fish is here to ask his questions.
Oh, great. I will back out.
I saw him just now, but I don't seem to be able to find him in the gallery anymore. Brian, are you here? Oh.
Scotty's here with questions.
Yeah,
Okay, Scott.
So I don't have the camera on. I could hook it up. I see you have on your website hardly any of the stuff you showed, and I see you have a show Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Is that every Sunday, or is that it doesn't have any descriptions, just number? So that's every Sunday?
Every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And basically the people that have gotten the products, see, when we sell products, we know the price is important, but service is the most monumental to any product. I don't care how cheap you got it. If the service isn't there, it isn't worth it. So I make sure to be available for everybody with any questions, problems, or concerns on products. So we did the Sunday calls targeting that specifically. Anybody has any questions, problems on products, we're there to answer. We also, as we're talking about new products that are coming out or that we just released, we'll talk about that. It has broken away from that since nobody's been having any problems at all with any of the products. But we still are there every Sunday, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Oh, good. I actually know that about you. You're reliable, and that you're there from previous people that has recommended you, that you're a call away. You'll take calls about it. So I know that about you. I see you also have a thing about the boron that you mentioned there.
Borax, yes.
the borax. But I don't see it. You don't see anything in there about getting rid of metals, detoxing from the metals.
Well, we also try to be very safe, and that borax detox bath is, and you should be in there for at least 30 minutes, but staying as long as you can. And that is what is pulling a lot of these out of the body.
And one more, I can't think of the other inventor's name. He used to be in 3 countries. He used to do, you showed one machine on there that looked like a big, that big round circular thing. I forget what you call that, a CAT scan, kind of similar that's similar to that man that they murdered. He was doing fighting Morgellons by using pulses of coils like that with high voltage. That looks very similar, and you didn't mention anything about that, which would be a really large market. I mean, mega. So you're smiling, so I hit a nerve. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks for noticing.
And I'll yield for a minute. I had a couple more. Let's other people get in.
Yeah, Scott, thank you. Scott is our talent scout for Physic. He's been with us here for years and years with the team. Well done, Scott. Thank you. So who else have any last question before I ask Ron to have any last say? the most impertinent message for all of us here before we call it a day.
Does anyone remember the name of the man I'm thinking of? I can't think of it.
No, Scott.
No?
We
Okay.
think of
I
it.
should know. Yeah.
Please give it to me, Scott. Okay. Thank you. Right, press. Shall we wrap it up now?
I believe so. We're going to end up with a time slot problem when we get to the other video places. So time to wrap it up.
Recording can't be too long. Right. So, folks, no, I just need to give the honor to the speaker. Ron, if you have any, important message for anyone before we close this meeting, you will be coming back here to speak, I promise you. Perhaps
First, Crystal, thank you. Thank you. Honor to know you, to meet you, and hopefully to work with you. And as well as the rest of the team. This is what it's all about. This is the new movement right now, where people are banding together and really making a difference, not just talking about an RV and when am I getting money, but real change, things that matter today, right now, to make tomorrow even better. And just to be here to sit on this panel for this short amount of time was a great, great honor. Can't thank you enough.
Oh, here. You embrace our new divine physics brother. Thank you so much for wanting to work with us. And we're so honored that you chose our platform to do this soft launch for your Inception. I know that you're only launching it in 2 weeks' time, right? So we have stolen the thunder a little, but it's a soft launch. Thank you. So there being no other business, folks, now this second session of Physic's 124th meeting is now adjourned to the 125th meeting on the 5th of June. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Team Physic, Fres, Pontus, Henrik, and all the others, the regulars, Trish, Johan is also here, and Team Physic, and so many. Karen's here too, giving you moral support and everything, and the R&D team members, you're all here, and even Brian, I think Brian has gone off now. Thank you so much. So now this meeting is adjourned to the 125th meeting. Thank you so much, Ron and Garen, for gracing our platform today. Doing the software.
Thank you.